I said I'm gonna start creating content this year on a regular basis. But for the last couple of few months, I will be busy arranging travel arrangements, actually booking flights, and actually trying to develop new products, and also busy with new license agreements. Also, I got an interview as well, a radio interview coming up. So my year for 2026 was actually trying to get out more content about a personal perspective of a business owner, and also trying to not give advice and just talk the stories which I actually went through. So for this couple of months that I actually went through is the fact that I feel like some people are actually trying to not give you advice, because there's a difference between giving advice and actually just telling you you're supposed to do certain things. So my perspective about giving advice is, when you're giving advice, you give also the steps how to get where you're supposed to be. And when you're telling someone, you're just telling someone this is this thing that you need to do, and that. So I have first actually incident where I actually encounter was one of my university friends is actually telling me, you're still driving the same car which you actually drive 5 years ago. I felt a bit offended. I felt bad, and I actually reflected on this current situation, and then I realized that not everything that you actually want is actually what you need. So I said to myself, I can buy myself a new vehicle, but what will be the financial implication when you actually buy that vehicle? So sometimes it's not actually good to listen to people when they don't even have the same financial situation which you're in. So sometimes you just avoid the noise that actually comes to what you think it's supposed to be. And then I encounter another incident. One of my work colleagues actually tells me that you need to get a bigger space where you actually distilling, and because your place are getting too small. And then I realized, like, it's actually working fine for me. If it gets to that point where my capacity do not actually allow me to actually produce what I want to produce, then I eventually going to change to a bigger space. So sometimes taking advice or listen to other people, specifically when you are not ready, it's not actually a great idea. Work with what you have until you reach a certain capacity. Because there was one business owner that says they have grown exponentially bigger, faster, and it caused them to crash because they grew too fast. They had to cancel their online orders because they can't actually keep up with the demand, and eventually they actually had to close the business. So sometimes moving too fast is not actually a good thing. And then I experienced another incident where my university lecturer actually told me that I need to be in a certain shop by now, because I actually bump into on a regular basis. And then it made me realize that it's not it's not their race that you're actually running. It's your race. You don't have to be in a certain place, rush to a certain place. Enjoy the journey while you can. And sometimes people are actually just talking. You need to avoid that noise. And there's a great quote that 50 Cent actually said that I'm just gonna read it. He says it never happens on your time when you think you're ready. It always happens when it's supposed to happen. Because the period you feel ready and people not acknowledge the materials the way you feel like they should because it's good, that's the time you actually develop skin thick enough to survive when it does work. It's the same principle when you're on level 1. You can't skip level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and go to level 10. That's the time that's actually not gonna be a good thing for you because you're gonna skip certain emotional intelligence, you're gonna skip certain skills that you need to learn, you're gonna skip a lot of stuff, and then when you fail, you aren't able to get up. So it's good what he was saying. It's actually a great quote. It always happens when it's supposed to happen. So that is the advice that I can give you. um I hope it helps. um My name is Graham Titus. I'm a full-time distiller. Yes. Till next time where I give you a little bit more, little bit stories. Cheers. And oh yeah, drink Koi Sanjan.